I think it's safe to say we're live. Yeah, lovely. Lovely.
Yeah, now we just go silent. We have nothing to say now that you're live.
Yeah, sometimes I worry about getting guests in too early to the Brownsnake.
Yeah.
You know, you get comfortable and you tell all the things you have to say for the day in that hour that you watch me set up, and then your episode of the Brownsnake is particularly void of any more, engaging topics. But I'm sure the Brownsnake will inspire you both to some sort of level of content, new content maybe, or we can just retrace our steps.
We could do.
I'm really keen to have a further conversation about creepy things on the river.
Yeah, definitely. We can totally get creepy. Yeah. Because there's plenty of there's even from where we are, I'm sure I can be quite creepy in this space.
Yeah.
Then from
standing there with no shirt on, looking out over the river, and some boat drives past.
one hand stroking my mustache, my other hand stroking my nipple, maybe.
That's not where I thought you were going with that.
Still, that would be creepy, right?
It would be creepy.
Yes. Very.
And then I guess from where we are down through the bank, we have plenty of spiders.
Yeah.
They're pretty creepy.
I like spiders though.
I do not.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I do. I like them. I especially like tarantulas. You like the huntsman?
Yep.
Yeah.
So when you have a big hairy huntsman in your house,
I don't like to kill them.
do you are you totally cool with removing them though?
Yeah, usually. One crawled up my leg once when I was in the shower. I just flicked him off.
Those golden web ones.
Survived.
See,
Terrifying.
my experience of spider showers have been highly traumatic. I once had a huge huntsman fall on my shoulder, and I fell through the shower curtain out of, fear.
Yeah, when I get up for work in the morning, it's dark still usually. So walking out, and then there'll be a spider that's just built their web across the footpath kind of thing.
Oh, and you
just
walk
straight into it.
Straight through it.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I actually have a very good spider story. So, at some point in my house, some spiders decided to lay their eggs on the roof of my so it was basically my hallway, and I didn't obviously notice they were there until they hatched, and they all came down on their little spider strings, and it was so scary. And I walked straight through it without seeing them, and then realized because I was covered in spiders, and then I vacuumed them all up, and I felt so guilty about it. But what else was I gonna do?
What else were you gonna do? I had. Where was that?
That was at our current house.
Yeah.
Oh, which is in Holland Park. We had Liam Morland in here last week, who is currently also from Holland Park.
Nice area.
So shout out to 47
No.
4121.
Yeah.
4121.
Represent.
Yeah, totally. Well, when I lived in Urongpilly, a little further back up the river, I had the exact same experience as you, Amara, where I got out of a shower and I was sitting in a towel. All my traumatic spider experiences are centered.
Yeah, usually naked.
I'm very naked
bad
and
dream.
very
Wet.
wet and naked and quite vulnerable.
They know, see.
Sitting on the edge of my bed in a towel, and I noticed it just something out of my peripheral vision. There's just something drops down. And I'm like, oh, what's that? I was like, oh, it's a baby spider. How cute. And then another one drops down.
That's exactly what it was
I'm like, oh, there's two of them. This is kind of quaint. And then I look up, and the whole ceiling crawling.
They're like all parachuting down.
Yeah. So then I freak out and I spray my whole ceiling with insect killer, and then I had to just vacuum my whole room.
Gas them all.
Yeah, well, I didn't have any insect spray, so I just had to vacuum. And then I was really paranoid that I'd miss one and it would avenge its like rather large family that I just completely decimated.
Or all those baby spiders inside the vacuum cleaner take
Yeah.
control of the vacuum cleaner.
I was concerned.
Get into the electronics. and
Yeah, just man this vacuum cleaner to your detriment. We're babbling on the Brownsnake here. This very subdued
stuff. Chill.
Sunday afternoon here on the Brownsnake. I have Amara and Jason with me.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Thanks for joining me. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank
Anytime.
you. Just for maybe the next hour here, you'll hear many great stories of vulnerability and perhaps something we might get a little creepier. We've seen some jet skis, some party boats, and
Jet skis can be creepy.
I find the people riding them creepier than the
Exactly.
actual machine.
Bro down.
Bro down.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Tap out singlet on.
yeah, probably beneath the life vest is a tap out singlet. Quite possibly, yeah.
There's something coming now.
That is what I like
Just
to
a
call
boat.
a river cat.
A river cat.
Yeah.
That's not very exciting.
I've documented plenty of them already. I think the newest, bestest thing for the brown snake is me renaming them river cats instead of city cats.
Oh, see, I just didn't even pick up on that. I just
see,
thought
I
that
like
they
you,
were river
Amara. I
cats.
like
I'm like, oh, yeah,
you.
It
river
just
cat.
makes so much fun.
One of them there river cats.
Both, I've had 2 instances now in the brown snake where I've called them river cats and my guests are going, what? What are you calling them?
Oh no, I just.
Yeah,
is the
I like
city.
you just took the ball and ran with it.
Yeah,
This is,
not the city.
it's not, no, it's not. And they're not actually cats either, so.
Yeah, that's again double.
But
Right?
you didn't rectify that when you renamed them river cats, though. You're still calling them cats.
That's- yeah, that's true.
Cat and
That's
water
true.
does not make sense.
Yeah. Well, if you're in the live stream, we'll give you a look at the this overcast brown snake. If you're listening back on Z Digital, then you should probably head to my YouTube, NJR. You can have a look there then at your own leisure. Because so this is you've got a live experience now, Jace,
Yes.
and Amara, and then it gets restreamed on Z Digital for Friday.
Ever on the Insta.
Oh, so we can tell all our friends.
Yeah, to hit up the Z
I'll tell
web-
my mum.
Yeah, she can go to the Z website.
Oh,
Or
she knows.
that's if they just want to listen at their leisure. If they want to watch and listen, they can head to my YouTube where it'll be there until YouTube
The
bans
destruction
me
of
or
the
something
internet.
for some egregious comment that I'm bound to make sooner or later.
Oh, look, the stuff people get away with on YouTube, I think you'll be fine.
Thanks, Amara. Thank you.
You got my vote or something.
Yeah, vote 1 for me.
Well, yeah, Donald Trump's on YouTube, so.
So you were saying before that
Still
you
there.
like to like pick rubbish out of the river when you're down there. What is this? Is because I'm like I like weird stuff. So what is the weirdest thing that you have like seen floating in the river or picked out of the river?
Has there been stuff that you
Oh,
just
there
like,
was-
nah,
there
I'm
was
not
one-
picking that out?
There was one item that was like I remember like thinking, oh, this is some deep irony. It was some sort of like it was a water bottle with some sort of like eco fundraiser piece of
Oh,
merchandise
like-
thing.
Like those ones they sell at Cotton On.
Yeah.
It's like, oh look, you've bought some sweatshop clothing here. Have this water bottle to help save the children.
Right? Yeah, so it was some sort of like drink bottle that had floated down the river and I fished it out. And it was like Eco Fun Run Day, raise funds for ecological sustainability. And here I am
Yeah.
picking plastic out of the,
Save the river.
which is not necessarily weird. I was just like, man, this is some deep irony.
Yeah, it's very ironic.
I think the weirdest thing to come out of the river is me.
Oh, you came out of the river? You were born in
Well,
the
when I
river?
sit down there on Joe's jetty and, I've got my feet dangling, I'm technically in the river. And I do have a fairly distinct...
I was imagining like that head orc of Lord of the Rings like come out of the mud just.
So, I think somebody is either cleaning your gutters right now, or you've got like a bush turkey on top of your roof, like flicking stuff out of the gutters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
It's raining leaves over there.
It is totally raining leaves, and there's like this scraping noise.
Well, yeah, it could be a bush turkey.
Could be a serial killer.
It could be my landlord. Shout out to my landlords, Matt and Tim. They're very accommodating of all the weird noises and smells that come out of this place, that's for sure.
Oh, I can imagine.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Yes.
Definitely. But I don't doubt the capabilities of a brown snake.
Oh,
Of
no, it's a
a,
person. I just saw the hand.
yeah, right. I don't doubt the capabilities of a bush turkey to get up there, though.
Is that better or worse as a person on your?
Well, no, they're helping. They're cleaning out the
Yeah,
gutters.
they're just looking after the establishment. Because
Right.
when it rains, those gutters fill up in no time flat. I once had a conversation with my housemate about how many litres are actually tipping over that. And we did the math, which I can't remember, but it was a substantial amount of water we guesstimated to be not going down the down pipes. With my deep mathematical
Just imagining like
background.
a blackboard there with all these equations written on it. Like,
Blackboard these days.
well, I don't know, man. It looks better in my mind as a blackboard.
Yeah, blackboards are far more charming than a
They
whiteboard.
are.
Screechy.
Chalk. You want the screeching? Turns me on.
Well, I've lived in the house that we're living in at the moment for about 5 years, and the gutters have never once been cleaned.
No,
So
yeah, it's just filled up to the point where the leaves have overflown and the sticks just create that natural mesh. I think keep everything else up.
yeah,
Water
that's
still flows through.
obviously what's happening.
Yes.
The leaves have just been in there so long they're disintegrating.
Well, let's open it up. This is a Polyneon by. Maybe at some stage I'll hang the mic out the window and we can talk to our resident gardener. But for now, here's a track. We're back. I've strategically placed the camera to
Silly.
to capture some of the gardening that's going on above the Brownsnake here.
It's quite pretty when the leaves just sort of cascade down. You know.
Oh yes, yes, like
See, oh, look, there goes.
nature's confetti, if you will.
It is. That's great. It is nature's confetti.
Here on the Brownsnake, you'll be able to see nature's celebration of river cats, nature's celebration of liquid thoroughfares.
It's very still today.
It is very still. Last week was really quite turbulent. There was because of it was such a hot day, the ground temps and everything just shook up this gnarly wind. It was just bustling and pushing all sorts of flora and fauna.
It's quite, because it's last day of school holidays too. Kids are at home rather than like families out on the river and stuff today.
Well, wouldn't they be more likely to be out there, like a last hurrah, you know?
Time to get like clear wrap your school books.
Do they still do that? Do they even have books anymore, or do they have tablets now?
I'm sure they still have books.
I don't know.
Surely.
Getting all like
Maybe just
lunch
one
boxes
book?
ready, fucking.
Maybe we'll just have one book where
You're right, we have web addresses.
yeah, you're right. You're right. Which folder you've got your
Yeah.
documents in, and your laptop that you will eventually use.
What was your school lunchbox staple? What did you always have?
Terrible cheap food.
Terrible cheap food.
Yeah, sandwiches with a staple hold, but I never got like roll-ups or anything like that.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to have
Tiny
roll.
titties, I think, was the fanciest I got. Yeah.
I was the baby of the family.
Oh, so you like
So-
stupid, like
Yeah, by the time I was
yeah, the rules have been broken. The expectations of what these children are going to be.
yeah, somewhat. It was a little bit of that, but it was also because by the time my brother and sister had left for bigger and better things, let's say, my parents were also in better positions in their respective
Yeah.
employments.
Did you get individually wrapped snack cakes?
No, I didn't. I didn't. But
They were my favorite.
I did get substantially higher quality food than my brother and sister. They were getting like cheese and Vegemite on a Vitabrit, you know. And maybe-
Vitabrit.
Yeah, that'd be.
Oh yeah, Vitabrits. I used to have Vitabrits.
Yeah,
and
see?
Crustkits.
And Crustkits, yeah. So that's what my brother and sister were getting. That may be an apple and a Vegemite sandwich or something like
Yeah,
that.
the old Vegemite sandwich.
And a bottle of water. And hey, it's celebration. So by the time I was coming around, I'd even get like, oh here, just buy your lunch today.
Yeah.
One day of the week, one of my parents would just be like, look, just buy your lunch tomorrow. Here's $5.
I can't be bothered anymore.
Yeah, it's just like, just buy, you know.
Yeah.
So,
The roll-up thing is really funny though, because like my mom had this hatred of roll-ups. I don't know why. She just really hated them, so I wasn't allowed to have them.
it's just because they're just purely sugar.
Yeah, but she let me have a lot of. I was like kind of a chubby kid,
Right.
so I obviously was allowed to eat a lot of shit that I probably shouldn't have been eating. But for some reason, roll-ups just really bothered her. I don't know what it was about them, but I wasn't allowed to have them.
Maybe she was afraid of your mouth becoming stuck together.
Maybe she's
That
a
was
bit of a
always my
hypochondriac.
fear,
So.
like
It's a-
I'd managed to get one from trade somehow, kid at school and
The informal market of
Yeah,
trade,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah, no one ever wanted my lunch, sadly.
Why don't you want my orange?
Yeah, well, my
So I gotta
squash
ro-
Vegemite sandwich.
I got a roll up, damn it.
I had Pop Tops. They were big, like came out big in the early years of primary school or later years of primary
Yeah, I
school.
remember
Pop
Pop Tops. I actually was
Those little
really.
water bottles with the pop.
Oh, okay.
I was really revolting because I would not eat my fruit and I just leave it in my bag. So by the end of the term, my bag just had like one of these side pockets just full of like rotten
Garbage bin
mandarins and like bananas. And I'd have to get a
yeah.
new bag like every term because I just kept doing it. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I went to one of my good friends. Shout out to Nick Milnes.
Hey, Nick.
He had a great we had a certain panache for leaving ham sandwiches and bananas in the bottom of his bag.
Ham sandwiches would be way
Yeah.
worse than brutal.
And they are probably the two of the strongest smells to like leave in your bag,
Ferment.
or two of the strongest items to leave in your bag, because then those smells that they emit just totally just bind
Combined and make it worse.
with the fabric of your bag, right? So you just can't get it out. He was Nick Milnes, bless him, I love him, he's great, but he was mad into the trade market of
Oh yeah, sure.
foods,
Yeah.
and he became, much like any major market player, he became quite corrupt and just started stealing people's food
Oh,
towards
yeah.
the end. He's like, I don't have anything to trade, but I see that you've got like a chocolate Dunkaroo there.
Dunkaroo.
So he basically like became the mafia. Effectively.
Yeah, definitely.
If you give me your chocolate Dunkaroos today, I'll make sure that nobody steals your lunch tomorrow, including me. I won't steal your lunch tomorrow.
He will ensure that no one steals your food because he'll steal it first.
Yeah.
It's a protection cut.
Protection
Yeah.
Dunkaroos.
Shout out to all the hustlers out there. This is I know it's a tough world out there in the playground.
Yeah, I don't even know if they make Dunkaroos anymore. So.
There'd be something similar. Surely.
Well, I still have the original one before Dunkaroos, it was like a tiny Yogo, was it? Yogo had something similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
that stuff they don't make anymore though.
What a time.
I was looking at muesli bars the other day. They're all so different now.
Healthy.
Well, they look healthy.
Do they?
Yeah, but I don't
They
think
sell
they actually
health.
are.
They look healthy,
Health
right?
is profitable.
They look like they're 4 stars. I don't trust those star
No,
ratings.
I
on
don't trust those
packets
star
either.
ratings either. They're dodgy.
4 stars of what?
Yeah.
Health stars. They're 4 health stars.
Yeah, someone
Yeah.
told me it's in relation to those similar items on the shelf. So you're probably the healthiest out of what they sell. Not actually 4 stars worth of genuine health, right?
Yeah.
So if you have muesli bars and you have a 4-star rating, then you probably only have 5 grams of sugar as opposed to the 1-star muesli bar, which has 50 grams of sugar.
See, I'm just imagining like somebody that makes some muesli bar that's just made completely out of kale, and all the other companies are like, "You're ruining the curve." Like,
A muesli bar entirely out of kale.
yeah. I mean, no one would eat it, but it would ruin the curve because all of their
Patent
health star
pending.
ratings would go.
Yeah, they'd be like in the millionths of degrees,
Yeah.
right? Your point zero zero
What would
zero
your topping be
zero.
on a kale?
Kale, more kale. I don't
Just
know.
like-
I don't think that there's anything like on
Like,
the
you can't have
planet
chocolate
healthier
chip-
than kale, as
Yeah,
far as
right.
I'm
But you
aware.
can have like a
so-
chocolate chip kale. Like, would it be like?
I don't think they use it in desserts.
Sesame seeds.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember sesame snaps?
Yeah, I was never a fan of sesame
No,
seeds.
neither. They were awful. Like, they were genuinely
Honey
awful.
Yeah.
Sesame seed biscuits. They were delicious.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
they were
no,
terrible.
or peanut brittle, all those things, just not for me.
Can't get enough of them.
Can't get enough of me, says
Yeah,
defiantly.
yeah.
Yeah, good. I like it. Be proud of your taste, Jace.
I am.
We'll pick you up some next time we do grocery shopping. Hey?
Well, they're not cheap.
They're not
For
cheap.
what they are. Bunch of seeds help you
'Cause
do
they-
with honey.
Bunch of
They're
seeds.
tiny as well,
Yeah.
right? And then what would they cost? $2 a pop?
I have no idea.
I haven't bought one ever.
No.
No, they're always free. Like breakfast stuff.
My mom occasionally used to buy them, so she's okay with like me chipping a tooth on that, but I could never roll up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. She's a mysterious woman.
We make very weird decisions sometimes as humans.
We missed some boats.
I know. I caught some. I caught a kayaker on the live stream. If you're watching in on the live stream, then it was a yellow kayak at some stage. I think the gutter confetti has subsided for now, so maybe we'll open up a track and we'll come back to look at our lovely selves. Did you believe it when I said lovely selves then? Yeah. Yeah.
I bought it.
You bought it? Okay, cool.
We're lovely.
You are lovely. Thank you for joining me. I have Amara and Jason here with me on the Brownsnake.
Very
It's
lovely.
been a very thorough babble as yet. Really has. Really has. Let's see what happens here with this track.
very chill. Like people do gardening as a like relaxation hobby. Like,
Yeah, old people.
I know. You retire, you do more gardening.
It's definitely true. You definitely do more gardening when you retire. Like, and gardening, when I say gardening, I mean like sweep the gutters at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, well, because you can't sleep.
Yeah,
So
right.
old people don't require much sleep. It's a thing.
Is this
I
a
don't know.
science fact?
It is a science
Yeah,
fact.
like when you're a kid and you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, that's just the time you wake up. Your parents are sleeping till 9.
Yeah, science fact. That's like they sit up watching those infomercials and then they get up and clean their gutters at 4 in the morning.
Dinner at 4 o'clock in the Arvo. Do those specials.
Sounds
Early
like-
bird specials.
I can't wait to retire.
Yeah,
I know, right?
If I ever will, that is.
I know, yeah, I'll probably die before I get the chance to experience the bliss.
The bliss of sweeping your gutter at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I've nothing to do.
Oh look, now the sun's all out there. It's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the from about 5:30 through to 6:30 of an afternoon upon the Brownsnake here. At this particular point, that is. It could be different for other people at different points in the river, but when the sun starts to just break through the trees there and real set, it's a magic hour.
It is.
Again, quite a good spot because you don't have the sunrise sun. Like, don't-
Yeah, so sunrise is from
Yeah, you're burning your face in the morning. We got that in the bedroom in our place. It's
Yeah.
like
You get
sleep in a
sunburn.
little bit, and it's like you're woken up by heat. It's just like too hot to sleep anymore. You're roasting. Yeah.
Gross. Did you ever get sunburn lying in bed? That seems like something that's.
It could be done if you like stay there, but it's like so unpleasant that you're not. It's not a. It can't stay in bed all day.
It works as a good alarm clock.
Yeah,
Though.
it does.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you want to get out of bed.
And I don't know, like what I stayed in this cubby house in the jungle of Cambodia, and so
You're so cool.
thanks, Amara, thank you. But your alarm clock was the sun rising over the back of your head. So this little wooden shack wasn't enclosed; it was a completely open wood shack in this tree. And even though I'd be exhausted from the activities of the previous day, I didn't mind being broken up at the crack of dawn. Because it was the sun just rising over your head. It wasn't some nagging like
Oh, that's the worst thing with working construction. I have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right,
and
to
it's,
some-
it's still dark. Most of the year it's still dark
Yeah,
at
see,
that time
yeah,
in the morning.
that's-
So it's such a body shock to
Yeah, it's
push
unnatural.
yourself.
It's
Yeah.
unnatural.
Yeah.
It
So
messes with
it was
your head.
it was just a total like psychological boon just to wake up like, oh, the sun's rising above like
Yeah,
over the back of
natural.
my head
Yeah.
in
It's
this.
time to do things now.
Yeah, and I'd still be physically worn out, but I'd wake up mentally buoyed just because I was waking up with the sun. Definitely.
Do you think this is like a possible product idea? Somehow make an alarm clock that mimics being woken up by the gentle rays of the morning sun.
Lasers
You
and
might
shit.
want to
Yeah, just
patent that right now.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that
Yeah.
while you're live streaming this.
Patent
Yeah.
pending.
Patent pending.
Run to the patent office.
Because you could totally do that. There's now these alarm clocks or little technological units that'll project like the galaxy or something upon your ceiling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I had one.
I'm not really sure how that's supposed to wake you up, but they're cool.
No,
Like,
But if it can do the galaxy,
Yeah.
that means it can do a sunrise, and so it could illuminate your room with the sun rising over whatever over the Andes or something like
Cambodia.
that. Over
Well, LG have
Cambodia.
that TV now that's wallpaper, so it's like 5mm thick TV,
Yeah.
giant size. So it's like $10,000 for a TV, but you can roll it up, like so you just hang this TV in your room, I guess, and
And
set
have
it to turn on like TV timer with a sunrise screen on.
right. Turn on and have the sunrise
Yeah.
in real
Like, get
time.
webcam out the window, maybe. Like,
You record your own sunrise and
Exactly,
then
if I could
reproject
just-
it upon
yeah.
your $10,000 piece of
oh, it's-
fabric.
You
yeah.
could have a different sunrise every day of the week.
Oh, you're
Well,
like, what day is it?
Government
Well,
does that with their, well, not sunrise stuff, but they have, like, you can just go on the government website and look at traffic from the different traffic cams around the place. I'm sure there's webcams for sunrise.
I definitely want to be woken up by a traffic cam. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
totally.
How bad is it going to be today? Oh shit! No, I'm going back to bed.
That's where you call in sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, not coming in today. Sorry. I just wouldn't make it in anyway because it's a gridlock down there on the M1. Shout out to the M1. I'm a fan of thoroughfares. I
That's
really
getting
am.
worse now too, eh?
But I'm a bigger fan of the Brownsnake than I am of the Grey Snake. I would call the M1 the Grey Snake, I suppose.
What if people catch like just instead of having a car, they drive their boat to work in the morning, like live back here, and then
Some people would do that.
drive their
surely.
boat down to the
Definitely.
city,
Yeah.
park it up,
Definitely. People would
pop out in
definitely.
their suit and tie, and
Venice. It probably happens in places like Venice.
yeah, London I could see happening too, because they got that giant river down there, and traffic's
They got
fucking
those funny
horrible.
little canal
Yeah, they do.
boats.
Yeah.
They do. People live on them too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally little communal vibe happening down on those canals.
Yeah, I totally lost my train of thought. I had something to say about the.
About
Oh yeah,
canals?
I was gonna say I couldn't. They always look really cool, but I don't think I could live on a boat because I get really bad motion sickness.
Oh yeah, you'd be constantly just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
Mate,
trying to do something fine, I guess, like threading needle or doing fine drawing or something, just like swaying side to side.
you might manage on a canal. I don't know how
Maybe a canal.
wavy
Yeah, but
those
a boat,
canals
like
are.
jet ski goes past or a boat, or, yeah.
It's just really unfortunate because my original dream in life was to be one of those long haul fishermen that they make the show about.
The
Really?
what is it?
No.
Super sick.
That was going to be a little
Well,
magic
Deadliest
magic
Catch,
insight into
is
the
it?
childhood
Yeah,
of
Deadliest
a.
Catch.
Have you ever watched that show though, Deadliest Catch?
The crab fisherman in Alaska.
Deadliest
Yeah.
Catch. Is that hosted by some old graying man who totally exaggerates the?
Oh no, that's Sea Shepherd. That's the green mob.
What's
Greenpeace.
Deadliest Catch?
It's just a show about catching crabs.
But
and making a
it's
shit
really
ton of money.
called Deadliest Catch for a reason.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's-
reality TV, and
Yeah.
they're like, this is how
Reality TV,
dangerous. Some
yeah,
of
it's
us-
Die
extreme
catching
emission,
crabs or
freezing
whatever.
temperatures, and
These crabs are got to be worth it then, right?
they make good.
Some of
wine,
them
I
end
guess.
up in buffets. I don't know.
Yeah. Like tuna and stuff is worth a fuckload. Like
So are they on the same size? Is it like when you catch a deep
they're
sea, like an open ocean?
lobster kind of things. Like you sell it for premium coin, like prawns in Australia, I guess. They
Right.
Christmas time with prawns.
Right.
Getting like fucking $28-30 a kilo.
These deep sea crabs are obviously
yeah. Big
some sort
coin
of-
sells as fancy Japanese
But
restaurant.
usually,
for
the
a
more
couple of
people
grand.
who have to die to catch an animal for eating, the more expensive that animal seems to be.
Definitely, that's
Yeah.
a death tax. That's what
It's a
that
death
is.
tax.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Oh, bed.
Little birdie.
It's so pretty now.
Yeah, the
Fly a
suns
little bit.
will for the live streamers, for the YouTubers, for all my avid fans out there. Shout out to all one of
Yeah.
you.
Hi. Hi, Greg.
Hi, Greg. We'll give you a shot of this sun setting over the Brownsnake soon enough. Yeah, definitely. Maybe it's time. Nice secret moves there on the live stream, Jace. Of course, for anyone listening back on Z Digital, then you didn't get to see Jace's sly little moves, but he's for a guy that's 7'8", he's actually quite it's quite subtle in his movements.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Very subtle. You're king
I
of
like how that's the sign for lighter bottle opener. Like, just I need something to do this.
Just wriggle your
Yeah,
wrist, just wriggle your wrist, flop it around, twist.
Nice. That was a nice sound.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about if they completely drained the Brisbane River, all of the crap that they'd find in there?
I put a dam in front of
What would they find in there?
They'd find so much
it.
stuff.
So many of those Lipton iced tea bicycles, it wouldn't be funny.
Yeah, there would definitely be a
Oh
lot.
yeah, definitely. People have. I was in Sydney over Christmas, and Sydney's they've now introduced a number of companies all supplying these
Well,
bikes,
there's
right?
a ride sharing version, where like Uber kind of thing, a privatized version of the bicycles in Melbourne that I know of.
Yeah. So Sydney, like we have these. Ours is state owned, right here.
Yeah,
in
as a
Brisbane.
state owned. That's why it's branded with Lipton iced tea, because that would have been a great investment for Lipton.
Yeah.
Except it ended up being a huge, massive failure.
So Sydney has 3 different companies supplying bikes, and they have a GPS unit attached to them. And you know how we have ranks of bikes here in Brisbane?
Yeah.
So you can just get off your bike and leave it wherever you want.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you
It's someone's job
No, that's the
to
same as
collect
the one I've
them.
heard about in Melbourne.
maybe but I'm not too knowledgeable in that respect. But you have an app and that tells you where the closest bike is. So it could, when you look on the app, you might get there's a bleep here, that's a bike. And when
Yeah.
you turn up, it's like on an awning or it's in a tree. Like,
Well, again, that's
yeah.
what people are doing in Melbourne. They're ghosting these bikes into the rivers and stuff.
yeah, my sister was saying like there's some sort of weird rage these people have towards these bikes. Like,
Well, we saw it happen here. People did not like the bike.
No,
Yeah, right?
No,
They're
and that
obviously just
especially because that was
offended
government
by it.
owned. Like that wasn't a private. Like
Well, no, because people don't really like cyclists anyway, and I think it was probably fueled by that, and they were yellow, and yellow kind of can make you angry sometimes.
and
Really?
giant branding
I don't know,
on
I
them
just
too.
made that
like,
up, but it sounds like something that's probably true.
well, like we don't we see branding on buses and stuff. I guess a little bit, but
I'm gonna put if you make any sort of jibe about in a psychological context, Amara, I'm gonna believe you.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna believe you.
That's my superpower.
Is
I'm
you
a
serious?
doctor.
Yeah, right. Full disclosure,
That doesn't look good.
Amara has. What would be your official title, Amara?
I'm a psychologist.
You are a psychologist, because psychiatrist is a different
That's
realm,
a
right?
prescribing
Yeah,
medication,
psychiatrists
good
are
stuff.
smarter because they went to doctor school, and they can
Oh.
prescribe medication.
What kind of school did you go to then?
UQ. We discussed this before.
Oh, just yeah, right,
Yeah, no, it's a psychological science degree.
right,
Like to be
okay.
a psychiatrist, you have to do full medicine.
Medicine,
Degree.
know your anatomy and
Prescribing
everything.
medicine.
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause then you're messing around with chemicals,
So I'm
right?
pretty
Here's
sure.
some codeine. Here's some. Yeah.
Here's some
stuff.
temazepam.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Antipsychotics and.
Yeah, so that's when you say
Right,
yellow
right,
people
yeah.
makes people angry. I was like, oh yeah, I totally believe you. You're a legitimate source
Wow.
for this kind of thing. But there is totally a weird rage towards these bikes, right? Because we
Yeah.
see people destroy them here in Sydney and Melbourne. They just don't like these bikes. But they're totally, like, I think they're kind of cool. You can just pick
Well,
up
it's
a bike
cheap
and
enough to
go.
buy your own bike. Like, what?
Well, yeah,
Like, it is
totally.
cheap to rent those things. I think it's like $2 an hour or something like that.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
free
have
for
you
the first
considered
hour.
because they're provided by the government. Maybe it's just people's rage at the government, and this is like a symbol
We
of that.
spend our money on
it's
this?
Like, obviously, it's obviously very legal to like go and beat up your local member, but instead you can beat up a bike, which is also illegal, to destroy
it's pretty-
government property. But I guess it's just they feel okay.
I don't know about
that.
other states, but Brisbane, you have the free city loop with the buses.
Yeah.
Why would you need to pay for a push bike?
But that's a city loop. Like those, you can get on a bike and
No,
ride
but
out
most of
to
those bike
Stafford
things-
if you wanted to.
But
Shout out
it's-
to
Yeah,
Stafford.
but if you keep it for like the whole
Yeah,
day,
how
it's going to
far-
cost you like as much as buying your own bike.
How
Oh
far are
yeah,
you allowed to
okay.
take
The
them?
cost. What's that?
Well, how far are you allowed to take those bikes? Like, surely they've got a
It's
limit.
It's time based.
Yeah, but you can't. I've never seen one like further out than sort of South Bank or West End, maybe.
I reckon. Yeah. Well, I don't really know. This is all conjecture.
Like if you take it for, say you spend $100 on that bike, like is it a rent to buy thing, like or is it just like expected to
No,
pay?
it's like when I
you
worked
paid
at
enough to pay that
Blockbuster.
bike off.
No, it's like when I worked at Blockbuster. Just because you kept the movie for so long, you now owed like
You
over
paid that much in
$100
late
in late
fees.
fees. You still had to bring the movie back, or we'd charge you for the replacement of the movie as well. So I think the bikes would be similar to that.
Yeah, you'd have an account and it would charge you for
Or straight to credit card, as far as I know.
maybe like yeah.
You
None-
put that in when you start.
It's all very clear that none of us know.
No,
No,
because
it's a
it's
mystery.
just stupid.
But that's okay.
idea.
You're allowed to babble like this on the Brown Snake. This
Well,
is
it is the
Babbling,
babble.
we are.
right. This is how the Brown Snake moves. And today it's not moving all that quickly, and that's why we can just chew over how much we don't know about how these bikes work.
Moving.
Do you know I only learnt to ride a bike without training wheels when I was like almost 13?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, really. I had a bike for a number of years as a kid, but I always kept the training wheels on because I was terrified that I wouldn't be able to do it without them.
What motivated you to face your fear?
Bullying mostly.
So you're saying there's good sides to bullying?
Well, it did help me face my fears.
Motivational.
It was motivational,
My
Man,
first bike
fuck
was
them.
actually a fixie.
Bullies.
Little kid's bike. There was a fixie bike. Like
A
it was
what?
dangerous as fuck.
yeah. A fixie
You were
bike.
riding a fixie as a kid?
Yeah, it was just like one of those little kids' bikes, but it didn't have like a reverse bearing, so you had to constantly pedal. Or the pedals were like if you were going fast, the pedals would just keep moving.
Oh, that was when your brake was to push backwards on your pedal, right?
No braking. Like your braking was you slow down the pedals. Like it was
Oh, so
the
it
pedals
was-
constantly spin. You have if the pedals are spinning, your legs are moving. Your legs are moving. The pedals. Are
Right, so it was a real fixed gear bike.
spinning. Yeah, like there's
That's
dangerous. Yeah.
Your parents gave you a very dangerous bike.
I ate shit so much on that bike, and then I hopped on a real bike and I'm like, oh, this is so much easier.
Meanwhile, I'm there on like my nice real bike, and I can't take the training wheels off because I was terrified.
But you got there. You got there.
I got there in the end.
There's a free bike 2 houses up from us little kids one. You can practice on.
Well,
it doesn't
actually,
have training wheels.
I was
Let's go
looking-
basket.
Last time there was curbside collection, I was looking at a bike on the side of the road, and I was like, I wonder if the whole it's like riding a bike thing is actually true for
It
riding
is.
bikes. Like, do you ever forget? Because I haven't ridden a bike in like years and years.
I don't think the basics you would forget, but it's more that your sense of balance might be a little or need recalibrating.
Well,
Yeah.
driving manual is the same thing. Like,
I can't drive manual.
no, but if you hop into automatic for 2-3 years and you hop back into manual, you still know what to do. Like, it's
Yeah, it's just a matter of,
Yeah.
calibrating that sense of you
Clutch
clutch
and-
to
yeah.
gear movements,
Yeah.
all that timing.
It's another
you know how
video.
things are done.
All right, I think I'm going to open up a track and we're going to position the camera in a way that shows off the splendor of the brown snake. And to get us there is Night Palms, Jigglypuff.
JB Hi-Fi catalog, like, oh, 360 camera for sale.
No, never, but I totally agree. If we had a 360 camera sitting right at your feet, people could just choose what to look at then.
Maybe not my feet, but
Yeah.
Or no, situated.
That's not giving them a lot of choices.
You know, if we situated at your feet, then they can spin their camera around. They can look at you. They can look at Amara. They can look at the river. They can look at me.
That's a good idea. You should definitely do that.
Because it eliminates me having to, select the visuals.
Yeah.
And people just look at whatever they damn well want.
Yeah.
They can even turn the sound down. They can just look at the river and turn the sound down.
yeah.
They don't have to listen to me. They don't have to put up with the
Again,
babble.
that wallpaper look.
Yeah. Shout out to wallpaper. Shout out.
I'm sorry that the sun went away.
It was fucking blindingly bright before.
It's pretty though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We tried to capture a bit of it, but given the quality of the camera and the quality of the lighting, it just wasn't turning out as we would hoped.
Just know that it is very pretty.
Yeah. Well, I would hope that all of my regular listeners,
Shout out to Greg.
shout out to Greg, they would appreciate that everyone who comes across or comes onto the brown snake here does become quite enamored with it. And so maybe you don't have to come to this point of the brown
it's looking
snake.
really pretty now. We should have the camera. Look at it. Look at that sun.
Oh, the shimmer across the
The
water.
Shimmering. Like a mermaid could just jump out in any second.
Ew.
Some oily.
Picture
Yeah.
smoke?
Shazza, the Brisbane River mermaid.
Covered in boat paint chips and fuel.
A rainbow glisten of petrol.
Exactly.
Do you reckon that there's like any mysterious creatures living in the Brisbane River?
Mysterious? Or
Yeah, unknown
Yeah,
to
like-
science.
There's
Some
no
sort
like
of-
nuclear
Like a Loch
power
Ness
in Australia,
monster,
with,
but-
radioactive mutant
Yeah.
fish.
Or it could just be an aquatic bunyip, really.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, bunyips are terrifying.
You have seen one?
Oh no. But like,
Have you heard? Maybe you've heard one before, and you're like, "Shit, there's a."
I have heard of them.
Right.
Um,
And generally, those hearings, when you hear.
I watched Dot and the Kangaroo as a kid, okay, and they had the bunyip song in that, which was terrifying. Did you
could
ever watch that?
No, I have,
I have no idea what you're
yeah.
talking about.
I'm not going to sing it. You can look it up later.
Dot and the kangaroo.
Anyone who's listening, you can look it up on YouTube.
Dot and the kangaroo.
Dot and the Kangaroo, the bunyip song.
I'm gonna totally look
And
that up.
it's terrifying.
Remix that shit.
Yeah, that was back when they were allowed to completely terrify young children.
Yes, right.
Yeah, I think it originally came out in like the 70s or something, Dot and the Kangaroo, but my mom got me onto it when I was younger, and yeah.
I had a conversation recently, and I probably shouldn't open up if I can't remember the full details. But generally speaking, a lot of kids had very terrifying experiences of what they saw on TV during the 90s.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
especially 90s. Like, just like, okay, Dragon Ball Z, for instance, that was like a morning show. That's like, again, all about extreme violence.
Punching each other
yeah.
repeatedly.
Yeah, killing other people and
The first movie I ever remember, I think I did go see like Snow White or some shit when I was really little, but the first movie I remember going to watch was Jurassic Park, and I mean, it is still my favourite movie, but you know, you could argue I was 5 when I saw that.
Yeah, right.
Probably not terribly appropriate for a 5-year-old.
Hell no.
I had nightmares about velociraptors for months.
Yeah.
I still kind of do. Like, I love them, but
you also
I fear
have the
them.
hindsight now. Like, RoboCop was rated R back in the day, and that's by today's standards, that's like,
Really?
yeah, RoboCop was R18, but they had like all the toys and everything for it. Watching it, like, when I was able to, like,
Well, that's just like I was talking about kids shows that were terrifying, but
well, no, they
Obviously.
were too.
well, they had kids products for said R-rated movie.
yeah, they're selling figurines, right? Selling
Yeah,
RoboCop
RoboCop on
figurines.
his little motorbike, and
Do you remember that show with the bookworm?
oh, that freaky looking
That
fuck.
creepy looking worm.
Oh, with the big bubble
Yeah.
eyes.
In
and
the
his-
plant, it was like in a plant.
I can't.
Could have
yeah,
been,
it
yeah,
might
could have
been
been, yeah.
sometimes, But I just he was this
he had a
pink and
bow tie or an actual tie.
Yeah, he had a
yeah,
tie.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that was a
Very
freaky
creepy.
looking puppet, if there ever was one.
I remember there was a kid show where there was like a a child puppet that had facial features.
Oh,
but
that, yeah.
no
lift
eyes.
Off. Lift off.
Lift off.
Oh, yep,
Yeah.
yep. A
See?
mannequin-esque thing.
That
Yeah.
was creepy.
That was creepy,
Yes.
right? That was creepy.
Do you want to know, though, what actually used to terrify me the most as a kid? And this is a bit embarrassing, but the Smith's Chips monster.
Oh,
that little
yeah, that's
gremlin
Yeah, okay.
thing.
That's a
Yeah.
bunyip, isn't
I
it?
was,
Is that what a bunyip is?
I mean, if I'm going to imagine a bunyip, that's what I'm going to imagine.
well, I was like legitimately terrified. And apparently, whenever that ad used to come on TV, I would like scream and run out of
Yeah.
the room. Yep.
Because he'd be creeping around windows of a
Yeah,
night
and
time
he'd
and stuff.
steal people's chips. Like
Yeah.
they'd be like lying on the couch eating their chips, and he'd be like chippies, and he'd like steal
And
their
that weird
chips.
animatronic lip movement that's like
Terrifying.
Gobble dog?
The gobbledygook or gook or gobbly.
Gob-
I don't know. Something
Yeah,
like
something like that,
yeah.
right?
Gobble.
Kind of look like you ever watched Gallburger?
No.
That surprised me, Jace. I thought you would have been across Gallburger, but Gallburger looks like a terrifying version of the Gobble Dog, or whatever it is.
I think that's right.
He hosts
Just a
it.
gremlin?
Yeah, he's like a big portly gremlin that hosts a really inane talk show on the YouTubes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, check him out.
I will.
It's a very silly time. Very silly time. Vibing and babbling on the Brownsnake.
Lots of babbling.
So, this is pretty much the hour, guys.
Oh, cool.
Wait, that went quick.
It did.
I mean, I was really worried that we'd run out of things to talk about, but you know, we covered school lunches, childhood trauma at the hands of like snack food mascots. It was good.
People
Yeah.
cleaning out your gliders.
Yeah, there was some ambience.
Exactly.
Super
That's
chill.
the power of the Brownsnake.
Yeah.
You think you might not have anything to say, but it'll always give you
It all happens.
another topic.
It provides. The brown snake provides.
Brown snake provides. Definitely. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, now we're out because you told us the hour's
yeah,
up,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
just
Now
like
you-
so
now
now we're
you've
just like,
shut
well, that's
down.
it. I've shut
Now
down.
you've shut
Need
down.
a job whistle.
Because we've got a couple of minutes, and this song might take 3. Oh, but then actually, yeah, okay, cool. That's
You
fine.
shouldn't have told
quitting
us
time.
that it was done.
Well, in case you had something much deeper to talk about, all of a sudden you're like, well, remember that because we're talking about childhood trauma, then I'm going to go into a 20-minute discussion of how I fought through
I
my
just wanna
childhood
talk about
trauma
how great Jesus is.
and how I found Jesus, and Jesus walked upon.
We'll save that for another time.
Yeah, we'll save the story of Jesus walking upon the brown snake for another
across that
time.
Water, fucking,
Yeah.
But Jason and Amara, thank you for joining me.
not a problem.
Anytime.
Come back if you want, if you're feeling it.
Totally feeling it.
But otherwise, here's Kiri Cat with "You Got Me."
And there is a very loud jet ski.
Time.
It's been a minute since I seen you. I almost didn't recognize you. Looking so good, wondering if I could come through and pull up on you. Double tapping on your gram, swiping right like I'm your fan. Contemplating you, being my man. Keep you up all night, discover things you like. Mesmerize you, baby, let me stimulate your mind. Just between you and me, we can keep this all low key. Let me slow it down, show you what I'm about. Why have you feeling lost? Or is this love? Feeling lost? Or is this love? Yeah, yeah. All I want is you, so don't play me like a fool, 'cause you got me. Yeah, baby. All I want is you, so don't play me like a fool, 'cause you got me. Versace on the floor, gonna have you coming back for more. Telling your homies you ain't never had a girl like me before. See, I'll be a new addiction. Baby, assume your position. This ain't no fake premonition. Fuck what you heard. Just listen. I'll keep you up all night. Discover things you like. Mesmerize you, baby. Let me stay